Welcome to Better Storytelling. In this program, you'll learn what your chances are of actually getting published. What are the odds of getting published? At first glance, it may seem difficult, if not impossible, to get your novel published. After all, literary agents receive thousands upon thousands of submissions. Editors are swamped with manuscripts. Publishers already have a long line of books ready to go, and only a fraction of these books will actually make money. Bookstores already have too many books to choose from, and there are already 130 million books in print. The statistics are even more daunting. In 2008, there were over 275,000 new titles and editions published in the U.S. alone. Among this sea of new books, 47,000 were new fiction titles. A literary agent may get 5,000 query letters a year. Only a fraction of these will lead to the agent requesting the manuscript. If you think about it, an agent reading 1 out of 100 submissions must read 50 books every year. Getting published isn't the only goal. Your book must sell well enough to sustain your writing career. According to Donald Mass, one of the top literary agents in New York, as many as 50% of the books fail in the marketplace. Winning the lottery. With the odds so highly stacked against you, getting your novel published may seem like winning the lottery. But success as an author is not a haphazard event. Playing the lottery is completely random. Publishing is not. 90% of your success as an author is dependent upon your skill as a storyteller. How good is your story? Let's take another look at the odds of getting published. Here are some facts to consider. 90% of writers fail at the premise. 90% of screenplays and 80% of novels are rejected because of poor structure. Publishers buy stories within a specific genre, so if you've written a romance novel, it won't be purchased by a mystery bookseller. Who are you really competing against? With 50,000 novels published every year, realize that you aren't competing against them all. If you have a good, unique story idea and develop it well, you can cut out 90% of your competition. 50,000 contenders have just been reduced to 5,000. If you know how to structure a story and don't use the too simplistic 3-act structure system, reduce your competitors another 80 or 90%. Your book is now competing against 1,000 or even 500. If there are 10 major genres, then your book is only going against a tenth of what's left. Those 100 or 500 books have been reduced to 100 or 50. Realize that you are not competing against 50,000 other published authors. You aren't even contending against 10 times greater number of people who are vying for an agent's attention. You are competing against yourself. You must fight against your own doubts, fears, frustrations, and downright laziness. The bottom line. So, 90% of your success depends on how good of a writer you are. Are you as good as Mozart? Is your story as well done as something written by Ray Bradbury? Yes, he's still out there writing books. If you're writing fantasy science fiction, he's one of your competitors. If you want to be a professional golf player, you'll be competing against Tiger Woods. In order to contend against the real professionals, you must master the art of storytelling. Action steps. So don't be intimidated and don't be discouraged. At one time, Mozart couldn't play the piano. Ray Bradbury wasn't always perfect. Elvis Presley didn't always know how to sing. Everyone starts at zero. Why do some succeed while so many fail? 1. Learn how to tell a story. This is done through 3 things: passion, practice, and study. To grow your passion, feed your muse by reading books, watching movies, and devouring poetry. Practice is a simple thing. Write 1,000 words a day. Study is very important. Read books on writing. 2. Develop a fantastic premise. Examine your story idea. Is it unique? Is it a cliché? Have you developed it properly? Steven Spielberg has said that story lives or dies with the premise. 3. Learn story structure. Your literary life depends upon this. Do not use the simple 3-act structure system. Would you give crayons to Michelangelo? Use an advanced structure method like the 7 steps of classical story structure taught by John Truby. 4. What's your genre? The genre you choose is the most important decision you will make after developing the premise. Each genre will have a dramatic effect on how you tell the story. Every genre has its strengths and weaknesses. Some genres will kill your story if you try to use them where they don't belong. Know how to mix them and don't try to master more than 3 genres. 5. Condition your mind for success. Although listed last, this is the most important item. The best way to condition your mind for success is to take a class like the Silva Method or one of Tony Robbins' courses. Don't scoff at these people. Mark Victor Hansen and Jack Canfield, the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul, are both Silva grads. They have sold over 100 million books. What to do now? Realize that you will have virtually no competition if you can write a fantastic story. With so many stories moving across the desks of literary agents, when a finely written tale appears, it will glow in the dark. Never quit. I hope you've enjoyed this program on writing techniques. If you'd like more information, please visit my website, betterstorytelling.net, or visit my blog, betterstorytelling.net/blog. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.